Hey guys, Luke here. This is episode 4, or round 4, whatever I decide to call it, of the Bulldogs season playthrough thing. So we're going to take on the Storm. What would be better? You know what, we'll go to that. Then we're going to change our tan lineup because last episode everything was all changed. I didn't get why Reynolds is. They say Reynolds is playing bad. I don't think he's played bad. And it's back to normal. What the hell? It was definitely different last game. It's a strange one, but whatever. Maybe because I didn't check. I can't even explain why all the teams different, but yeah, like I said, whatever. I don't really care. We won 18-6. Took us a little while to get in a rhythm, but once we did, there was no looking back. Really, we've had a period of like 2 minutes where we played well and won it. That's all it takes in these games. It's not that hard of a game. Let's be serious. You just have to take it to the line and pass it to forwards. Kind of how Bulldogs play. I couldn't care less about Storm lineup, sorry about that, but let's get straight into the game. Hawkinson to T-Rex, boom. Shoulder barge. It's probably on Ben Roberts, I'm assuming. Ben Roberts is rated quite well on here, so I'm assuming he'd be the 5'8". I'm going to throw a cut-up pass to... or not. I thought that would go to Reynolds, but he didn't even pop up. Ennis from dummy half here. And I press pass and it doesn't pass. Beautiful stuff. Game's brilliant. Sorry, we get the ball back somehow. For a second I was like, oh, that was a bad move. It was a terrible move, but it turned out alright. It's going to go to Hawkinson. Parrott, inside ball. Go back to Hawkinson again. Yeah, and Lafwire scores. What a gun player he is. Timmy Lafwire. He's not a natural right centre. Not that matters on here, but not a natural right centre, left centre, but he's doing a pretty good job in real life. Hawkinson's goal kicking's going up, I think. Well, it looks things. I don't know if stats can go up on here. I doubt it, but it looked like there was literally like no bar. Like I could hold it in the whole time and I'd get it. Sorry, I have to yawn. Wow. I try not to yawn or anything like that. Yawn, cough, all that, but it's sometimes just unavoidable. Especially when you're doing a live comm. We got lucky there, very lucky. I shouldn't have thrown that last pass, but have to look to take advantage of this. We'll probably score here, I'm going to assume. Just couldn't get the ball away quick enough, but we'll probably score quite often from them, from scrums if we get them. I thought it was going to be a knock-on because I pressed the pass, but they didn't pass, and generally that's a knock-on. Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Go back into the middle, so we can set up a nice little kick. What a cut-out pass. T-Rex pushing up one. Now what do we do? We're going to go to Reynolds. Might run this one. Might put a little grubber through for himself. Nice little tackle on Slater. Wish we could kick him in the head. Oh my god, I really don't like Slater. I can't stand Billy Slater. Now I understand there might be some Storm people, Storm fans who might be able to admit it, but I mean, even if you're probably a Queenslander, you probably able to admit it that Slater is such a dirty player. Pretty much all the Storm players, the Storm in general, are just a dirty team, and then it doesn't get brought up enough. I don't think. May cop a bit of crap, but in the comments, leave in the comments if you think Storm are very dirty. I think Cameron Smith is one who, I mean, Slater, I hear a few things about Slater being dirty. Cameron Smith is probably the dirtiest hooker in the game, and because he's such a good person off the field, doesn't really get brought up too much. Like Isaac Luke is probably the dirtiest hooker. He's probably the dirtiest player in the whole game, let's be honest. He tried to break his cousin's leg on purpose. That's just scum material right there. But at the same time, people know that. I don't think he tries to defend it. Same as Ennis. Like, a good player off the field. Don't get me wrong. Isaac Luke's a great person off the field from what we've seen, but just on the field he becomes a bit of a dickhead. What's going on here? I don't know why they'd put a play on there, but they did. And it turned out a little bit... Turned out alright, I guess. Oh, we got so lucky there. I didn't get why wanted to hit Reynolds, they just stopped. But whatever. Did we go for forward 20s with the wind behind us? I'm tempted to. I was also tempted to throw a pass there, but we didn't. Here we go, Ennis. Doesn't do this stuff in real life, but it's a game I can do whatever I want.
Jackson, Reynolds,
Tolman, oh, draw it and pass. Good stuff there. Thompson, little chip and chase. I don't know why I do it, but I always try to just because it looks cool. And if you pull it off, it's like, well, I just scored a nice try. Same way in FIFA, you don't necessarily need to do skill moves, and people just throw them in there for no reason, just because it looks cool, when it's totally not needed. Like in that sense, if I was going to do anything, I could have put a grubber in and probably scored. I thought it would look cooler with a chip and chase. That is a great kick. Where is our wingers and all that? I reckon we're going to score right here. Oh, was I right? What did I say? Boom, there we go, 16-0. Run at half time. Skip all this stuff. Really bad cheerleaders right there. Bulldogs don't even have cheerleaders anymore. We need drummers and shit. We're coming to Rabbitohs. I don't mind them not having cheerleaders there. Like, it doesn't really bother me too much. You don't really see them. Panthers cheerleaders, but they're great. But yeah, at the same time, like, they were good and everything. Like, when I was at the game, it's like, oh, cool, cheerleaders. But at the same time, we're not there to watch cheerleaders. It gave them a job, like, it gave the girls something to do. They're like all like dancers and stuff, so it gave them a way to dance and stuff. But they're not completely gone. They just changed. They don't do the dancing and stuff. They do more corporate sort of things. Whereas Rabbitohs, they just got rid of theirs entirely for a band. I don't even know if the band's still there. They're like a drum band from memory. Like, I haven't been to a Rabbitohs game since 2008 or something like that. Been to a Rabbitohs game twice because best mate's a Titans supporter, and obviously Titans aren't in Sydney that often. Don't get a chance to see them, and went 2 years in a row to the Titans Rabbitohs game, and both times they lost. So a bit disappointing for him. I ended up, like, in both those games, I ended up being like a crazy Titans supporter, even though I never cared about Titans in my whole life until then. But it was fun. I got on TV a few times behind the that when they're taking a goal kick, like we'll ride it like front row or something in one of the corner things. So went up and got behind Isaac Luke or wherever it was kicking at the time. Actually, I think it might have been this Payer dude. Oh no! Come on, Parrot, get there. And Ben Roberts. I like Ben Roberts. I think he's so underrated. People they just think, oh, Ben Roberts, he was shit with the Eels, but who wasn't shit in that Eel side? Let's be honest. He's got the brunt of it because he was the one who tried shit when everybody else would rather just sit back and get flogged. And when it didn't come off, he was a scapegoat, really. I mean, like, he can go down the Storm, and you've been seeing him playing very well for the Storm, with them, without Cronk. But at the Storm, he doesn't have to be the dude who makes all the decisions. He could sit back and let Cronk or Hampton or Cameron Smith come up with the big plays, which I think suits him well. Same way at the Bulldogs when he had Brett Kamali calling all the shots, and he could just chime in. And I'll never forget the day he just ripped apart Darren Lockyer. Darren Lockyer looked like an under-20s player. That's how bad he was. Ben Roberts made him look like a bitch. And it's something that you never really thought would happen with Lockyer. I mean, I wouldn't say Lockyer was known for his defence or anything like that, but he definitely was not a terrible defender. But Ben Roberts, man, it was at that time I thought, oh my god, he's got to be the best. He's going to be the best thing ever. And unfortunately, injury. I think there was one injury in 2010. Like he had a sick 2009, and then an injury in 2010 just stopped him. I think he broke his leg or something, and then he came back. And 2011 was his last year, and we had Keating, and yeah, disaster with Keating. Oh, I guess Keating's the same sort of thing. I like to say it was his fault that Bulldogs didn't win the premiership and all that, but he did some pretty good stuff as well. Wasn't the best. He's probably a 5'8". I mean, Hawkinson would have been. If we had Hawkinson, I would have backed us a lot more confidently to win the grand final. But at the same time, these things happen. He was a second choice, so can't really. There was no other option. We didn't have anybody. We didn't have a Moses and By ready then to come in and to play a bit of first grade, apart from Keating. So I guess we had Romolo, but he was not the answer. As much as I like Romolo, and I really hope he gets a better chance at the Storm, because he's such a good player. Well, I think the shoulder charge being out has really affected him, because that was his best thing. I'll never forget. I've said a lot of never forgets this episode, but it was against Panthers and Travis Byrne. He got belted so hard. I remember him. There was an interview and he said that he was sick after the game, or sick after it happened. Like, that's how bad he got hit. And like Romolo putting big hits on Fui, Moy and all that. Just, dude was like 5 foot nothing, but he's built like a brick shit house. He's kind of like the Matt Utai of hookers, or halves. A midget, but just so big and strong. Except this dude had the best shoulder charge I've ever seen. And I'm pretty sure he's the one who punched the shit out of Luke Lewis too, so good on him for that. Even though Luke Lewis, New South Wales, I like him and all that, but probably these first graders have a tendency to be dickheads to the younger lads. And Romolo, as an under-20s player, just belted him. And then he got sacked, but he belted him. And he ended up at the Bulldogs, so that's alright. I haven't even made subs in this game. I just remember that just then, but who cares? Well deserved to win, 18-6, same as the last game if memory serves me correct. Casiano hadn't even been on the field there celebrating. Won't stuff around too much. Reynolds picked up man of the match by the looks of that. I wouldn't argue with it. I don't know who would be. Simulate all the other games. Manly win, Panthers win. Sharks are winning a lot of games. Debatable. I mean, their roster's okay on paper, I guess. Broncos with a win. Rabbitohs winning. Eels winning. And Roosters. So next round we take on Raiders. Hopefully we'll win by a lot if everything goes well. And I'll see you for the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. That'd be great. And subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Episode 5. Bye.